Hello?
Karen, hey, how are you?
Did Billy call you?
Okay, well, I beat you to it. So you got the minutes. Okay, great, great. So we're about to start in about 5 minutes.
And
We're gonna start in about 5 minutes. Right. All right. I heard you guys were ill. I heard you were ill. Bill was telling me you were ill.
his stomach.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
okay. All right. I'm going to try and place you in a spot where the sound should come through. All right, next to the speakers. Uh, hmm, okay. Hey. Leslie. Yeah. Am I muted? No, you're muted. You're muted. No, I got Leslie here. Yeah, we got one person. Let's see who else we need. You got the link, did you? I managed to get it up there at the last minute. I'd forgotten to post it.
You did that?
Well, she's muted at the moment. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Catherine.
Finally, I have the worst time trying to get unmuted on my phone.
There you go. I hear you now.
Great.
Can you hear that, Karen?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
right now.
Can you
Hi,
hear
Karen.
Can you hear Karen? Go ahead, Karen.
Okay.
Say something, Karen.
Hello.
I can hear her.
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks.
Catherine, welcome.
Hello.
Hey.
I can hear you. I hope you can hear me.
Yep.
Good.
I think so.
That's Karen.
Okay.
On the phone.
A bodiless voice.
There you go. And we got Janice coming through. Just hitting the seventh hour mark. Hello, Janice.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Janice.
Hi.
I believe
Janet.
that was Karen.
Oh, good. Hi, Karen.
I assume Bert is going to make it. I saw him on Sunday, so he's around.
He must be waiting for it to really turn spring.
Yeah, really.
Well, no, he's back. He's back.
Right.
Yeah.
The wood frogs were out today in Amherst.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
in Amherst behind Whole Foods on the bike path there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy, were they making a racket.
Oh, I've been waiting to hear them. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
They had plenty to say.
What kind of
Frogs. I don't know what they are. I've never seen them.
so cold?
Going down to 20 tonight up here.
Oh,
Oh.
perfect.
Perfect.
We
Oh,
had a
God.
dusting. We had a dusting of snow last night.
Yeah.
And the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt more like frozen rain or something.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Henry, did you see that statement from the Williamstown Art Conservation Center that Miriam sent along?
Yes, and
Okay.
I've seen that before. They keep sending her stuff. I don't know. Yeah, these are ghosts from the past.
Yeah.
You know, suddenly I can't find.
You think that it's been paid?
It's in process. We paid half up front, and we owe the second half
Okay.
for the first installment, and I guess that's how they work.
Oh, okay.
I've been in touch with the anyway, we'll talk about it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Um mhm. Well, maybe Bert is not going to make it, but we do have a quorum, folks. So we have four. Yes. Let's do it. Time is 7:04. Welcome back, everybody. Looking at spring. Much anticipated. Ah, I ran out of wood. I ran out of wood about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Ooh.
well, that's not too bad. I have other means, but it was my base. It was the basic heating here. But yeah, I never used so much wood.
Me neither. We used a lot this winter, a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, first order of business, public comment. I don't see anybody in the wings. Oh, here we go, Elizabeth. Oh, that must be Bert. He goes by Elizabeth also. There he is. Hey, Bert.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nobody here from the public, so I don't think we need to spend any time there. I sent, well, we had some minutes from January 13th that we can review today. Karen got a copy, and so let me see if I can find it. Oh boy. Did everybody get a copy of that? January 13th. We were going to do it last time, but because Karen hadn't gotten it, we decided to postpone. Let's see if I can see that. Oh boy. Mhm. Did everybody get a chance to look at that?
I did.
Yeah, Karen did. She,
I did not.
you're not, okay. Let me see if I can just share it. This has been a problem with this machine. I don't.
Where was it sent to?
Oh, here it is. Well, it was circulated a couple weeks ago, so you may have missed it. Okay, let me see if I can share. 1 second.
Wait, it's a deep meeting from January.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were actually present at that meeting. So let's see, and let's see if I can share.
Yeah, I got it. I found it.
You have there, yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can see it. All right. Okay. Oh man. All right, share this window. Can you see the minutes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, you can.
yeah,
Brilliant.
pretty
Woohoo.
good.
Bravo. Okay. So here we go. I read these before. I haven't looked at them since, but they looked fine to me. I didn't see any typos. There was a question of the 1836 Town Hall building. Is that a question, Janice?
To say 1829.
It should be 1829.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought I made corrections somewhere, but maybe I didn't. So,
Okay, I apparently cannot edit this, but I will go back. Obviously, it's in red. 1829.
well, I'll correct that, Henry, in the
Oh, okay.
minutes. 1829.
Yeah. And this is, yeah. I mean, uh, I did not ask anybody on the select board about this. This is the paint, the paint, is it?
Oh, yeah, painting the War Memorial.
The paint job on the stones, is it? Yeah.
What stones? Where are we? What
No,
are you
this is-
under?
This was under unanticipated business here. World War II War Memorial repainted.
Yeah.
Still money left, yes. Veterans grant from 2020. Stone confirmed there was $900 set aside for the grant of a grant to paint the memorial. Work was never done, blah, blah, blah. The painter who had put in the estimate was no longer interested, and she had not been able to find another painter. A larger part of the grant for restoration of the 7 top priority veterans gravestones monuments was completed. Stone will check with Al Springer, town veterans agent, to see if he can help find someone to do the work. Any luck with that?
No, it
no.
wasn't. He had no ideas.
Okay.
And I was trying to think, goes back a way, so I'm trying to remember if I contacted the building committee or not. And I may not have. If I have to check and see if I have an actual contact, email or phone a number for them.
Okay. Anyway, I have an update on the reuse
Okay.
committee, so we'll go with that. So I guess that's one thing that needs to get done, the memorial painting. Right, and we had a discussion about the
Yeah.
reuse thing. Okay.
And then what
Uh,
time did we close? I didn't write it down.
Yeah,
So
I didn't either. But it was pretty close to 8.
Yeah, that was the first time that I came, and I think it was pretty much 8 o'clock. Because I remember feeling some relief
Yes.
okay.
that it was only an hour.
Okay, I'll correct that then.
Okay.
Oh, well, unhighlight it and unread
Yeah,
it and
I
stuff.
would say 8's good.
Okay.
Okay, good, thank you.
So I move that we approve the minutes for 1/13/26. Do I hear a second?
I'll second. Okay.
Okay, one person needed. Who would that be?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
I mean,
Okay.
Catherine. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I've got
Elizabeth is here.
You mean Bert?
no, I meant Catherine.
Okay, I will second it, Catherine.
Okay. Very good. So going around, Zervanka.
Hi. Yeah.
Okay. Fernandez.
Aye.
Geddes, aye. Powers
Aye.
and Stone.
Aye.
Okay. Minutes approved.
Okay, I'll
Right.
send you a corrected version.
Mhm. So next up, the guide board. We owe them money and it's in process. They work, we pay up front half and then once that part is done, we pay what's left.
Okay.
Um, and I've been in touch now with the buildings committee about, going over the slab.
Yeah.
And so we're on their agenda for a meeting. They don't have a date for a meeting yet, but we will find out.
Okay.
Let's see, the other news. Yeah, they're finishing up the roof, the second
Okay.
piece, the canopy, I don't know what you call it. So it's just a question of it should be done any day. And hopefully we'll get that stone slab up and running, which the buildings committee is offered to do.
Okay.
That's it on it. Any questions on it?
Did you get that email from
Yeah.
from Miriam?
Yes.
Okay.
That I've seen that before, and they keep sending it to her. Yeah. No. Anyway. Next up, it's the archival project. I know there's a lot to be said here. I got some preliminary insights from Leslie about what's happening there. Somebody care to talk about it?
Well, I'll say that I've just been going through what I'm calling the reference files, which I still, because the 1829 building is still frigid. Leslie and I haven't really been able to sort of disport ourselves there. So she's been bringing over boxes, and I've been going, not that many, unfortunately. I mean, I haven't got through that many, just going through them and writing a folder list, a fairly detailed folder list, which can be used as a way to find what's in those files just by doing a word search. It's not a it's not a spreadsheet. It seems like a spreadsheet would not really be applicable in this case. A folder list is much better as long as it's a Word document and you can just use the word search. So that's what's been going on there. And then Leslie and I decided what we needed for supplies, assuming there's still money left. And I'll just,
No, there is. There
Yeah.
is, Bobby.
well, I'll tell you what we came up with, which is we're going to order, or somebody, I don't have the power of the purse, but somebody will order, and I have the numbers and everything that I can send it to whoever is going to do this. 10 of those gray document boxes, archival document boxes, 5 packets of 50 count Mylar sleeves for photographs of 5x7, and then 3 packets of 25 count of the larger 8.5 by 11. And those are good for photographs or things like that. I was going to order labels as well, but they're just ridiculously expensive from an archival outfit. Staples is the way to go if we need those. Altogether, since these archival things are mighty expensive, the boxes, because we would be ordering more than one box is $8.60. If you order 10, they're $8 a piece. So that's $80 there. And the same with the Mylar photographic protectors. They come to $75.50, and the larger ones come to $69.15. And all together, it's $224.65.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
can you see it on your screen?
I wouldn't know how to do that. I might blow up the internet.
Yeah. Well, it's apparently not working now for
No.
some
Oh,
reason.
okay. But I can send this
Yeah.
as an email.
Yeah, no, I've got that actually. I've got
Oh.
that stuff from you. I will order it and then get it to the accountant.
Yeah.
Make sure that if you order it, make sure you let them know we're tax free. Otherwise, we get stuck with a
Yeah.
tax that no
Yeah.
one will pay.
Okay,
Good point.
make a note of it.
You might need the tax exempt number for the town, but it could be they already
Sure.
have an account under the town clerk.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is get an invoice from this place and then send it to the accountant for payment. I think that's the way it works. Yeah, I was trying to share it with you, but apparently not working. Yeah,
But if it's useful, I'll send it as an email after we finish.
well, I have it from
Well, for
you-
everybody, yeah.
you sent it. Somebody sent it. I managed to pick it
I
up.
think I forwarded it to you this morning, Henry. So
You
that
did. You
be
did. Yeah. Okay.
fluent in
Yes. So no need, Catherine. I've got it.
Okay,
email.
okay.
I could
I
prove it
just
to you, but
want to thank Catherine. She has just been donating so much time and helping organize chaos. And it's just like Bert before he went on his fair weather trip. It's really wonderful to have people who are interested in the topics and not helping me, doing the work of sorting through them.
That's great.
Grateful both of
yes,
them.
really. Thanks a lot there, Keith.
And it's the best way to do it too, because rather than having a stranger or a student who doesn't really know what's important to the town,
Yeah.
we have people who understand our local history and appreciate what's important.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Did I lose my desk?
No, well, both of you will be losing your desk soon because I'm hopeful that by the end of April, maybe mid-April, we'll have an administrative assessor. But as I said to Catherine, we'll make room around the other tables in this room.
But-
Anytime there's at least 2 extra seats.
Okay,
Did not, and your boxes are still here,
good.
awaiting your return.
I'll be there soon.
Okay. Right. So I think we need to vote on this since it is money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think? All right, let's go around.
Well, you have to make a motion or something.
Yes, please, somebody make a motion.
Well,
I don't know the name of the company.
Yeah, let's
well,
hold on.
it's
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, move to order 225
224, yeah.
65 cents and
Yeah.
65 cents from University Products to advance these are archival supplies. So
From where?
from University Products,
In Holyoke,
it's a
Oh,
company.
okay.
yeah.
I thought you said we were gonna go with Staples.
No, it's for the labels.
That's just
Just
for that.
the
Ah,
labels.
okay.
Staples doesn't have boxes like this, but the
Yeah.
labels were just kind of ridiculously expensive.
Will there
Yeah.
be an extra charge for delivery and stuff and postage, or how do they do that? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't look into that.
Probably
Well,
show up on the invoice that Henry will get.
yeah. Well,
So-
we have up to $350 that we need to spend
Yeah.
before the fiscal year ends.
Yeah. I'm just wondering about what to put
So-
into the motion and just to also and add, I don't know, shipping and handling if necessary or
Yes. Well,
something like that.
let me add something to the motion
Okay.
then. In addition to the $224.65 for the actual supplies, to include whatever shipping is involved.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I second that.
Okay, going around. Zervonka. They're for the archiving material. We're doing an archival project, and so we need
And the project is review.
this is the stuff that's in the old town hall that's getting organized At this point, Bert and Catherine have been working on it along with Leslie. So this is sort of minimal, the basic supplies to put things in. Sleeves and various kinds of document cases.
Okay,
All right, is that yes?
yeah,
Okay. Fernandez,
Aye.
Geddes, Powers
Aye.
and Stone.
Aye.
All right, passes.
Yay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. All right. So the last item on the agenda is the MN Spear Library reuse. And there are a couple of things I wanted to call attention to tonight. We met with the select board to present a preliminary report of findings, and it is very preliminary because all it does is lay out three options, just to summarize here. One, where the library sort of remains a meeting place with moderate to minimal expense to anyone. Whether it becomes a police station or a police office, I'm not sure which one, which would involve perhaps more expense for sure. Somewhere in the vicinity of 80 grand to 100 grand. And the third one, I'm trying to remember now. Leslie, help me out here. You were at that meeting.
Well, the third one really was not so much to do with the library. I think what you folks found was trying to assign space. It was bigger than just the use of the library. So you go ahead.
Yes, you're right. So in this, along this vein of figuring out how to make space more efficient in town, where is space needed in town? In other words, the old library is available, but and it can be transformed. But we could also do some remodeling at town hall that would have a significant expense attached to it. Perhaps even accommodating the police at town hall. So these were the three options, and we discussed basically the costs attached to them.
Only the first two involved the library.
Excuse me?
Only the first two involved the library.
That's right. There was some question there about if we thought about any other possible uses for it. And I believe Leslie brought up the idea of selling it. Did you not?
Well, that was kind of a frustration on my part because, first of all, I don't think that the committee has yet to ask the public at large if they have other ideas. Second of all, it was so focused on where to put the police department and the expense. I've heard other numbers beside 80,000 to renovate it for police. I've heard up to 200,000, which is just word of mouth, and I might be wrong on it. But I said, at that point, the police would be, I asked the question, which I feel is important, not just renovations, but will they be trying to put the garage on the town common? They will be pulling out into from a blind driveway, in emergencies. And I just felt that at all of that kind of expense, when we could use the library just as a branch library that meetings happen to occur at with no extra expense, why not why not put the police department down with safety services on Leverett Road, either
Hmm.
lot 32, the highway garage, or the fire department, where they really belong, where it would be safer, and just leave the library alone until we know of a better thought. So yes, I did say, and if if you need funds for the police department, who has an urgent need, and nobody wants the library, you could sell it. And, I don't know that that's realistic, but I did say that. But for
Yeah.
sure, it's
Yeah.
a charming building, and I'd much rather see it saved as a
Yeah.
branch library with no
Or
expense,
something, yeah.
but that it can be used. And in time, the right idea will come across.
I think everything that Leslie has said is an argument for why it should be open to the public.
Hmm.
Because that was that whole business about the police tearing out in a blind entrance exit is, I mean, that almost is conclusive from my point of view. I find it terrifying to come out of the library, because you can't, got that hill and so on. And I only
Yeah,
go
no,
there
it
to
did-
bring, my
yeah.
cans, but
It's a very good point, actually.
The
It's a very good point.
visuals of the garage being over there, and that makes
yeah,
sense for them to be over there with their garage out behind town hall.
yeah.
I think that there needs to be other ideas for the library, or just my opinion.
I agree.
Just leave it alone as the
Yeah.
bridge library
Yeah.
until the right need comes. And in the meantime, it can be used for meetings. There's no reason why the library can't have meetings in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no.
Just take
and,
our time.
Leslie,
Yeah.
I'm a little unclear here. Were you joking about selling it?
No, I was not, because the emphasis at that meeting at that point was more upon getting the police a place to stay. And the two options were neither were satisfactory in my mind. One being using the Spear Library as the police station, because that if they get established there, that's only going to grow. They're going to need
Yeah.
expansion over
Right.
the years,
Right.
and a garage on our
Right.
town common.
no.
Not safe. And so we all know our budget is skyrocketing. So if they're so short of money and the police need a spot and nobody wants the library, then maybe
Yeah,
we have to sell it. But I don't think that will happen.
But
Yeah.
Leslie, if it was sold, it would still have to be preserved as a historical building, no?
technically, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. I don't think
No?
we're on the National Historic Register for the Spear Library. But I could be wrong about that. Henry, you seem to know better.
Well, no, we're not on the national. We're on the state.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We are on the national, but not on the state. It's one of the two. I get them confused.
We're on
Wait.
the state, not the national, because I went through
Okay.
that with
Okay. Yeah.
But wait, we would want it preserved, no?
Well, I think so. I think we would.
No, I mean, what?
Use-
Otherwise, somebody could buy it and put a monstrosity there too.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about selling it and moving it, having someone come and take it away.
Oh.
Oh, but
Okay. Well,
It was a
This-
desperation statement. I just don't feel it's correct to have it turn into the police
be
station.
careful, they might take you seriously.
I know. Well, that's why I brought it up. I thought, well,
Maybe we should drop that idea.
But with the town, I don't know if the town common extends all the way to the library or not, but if it does, isn't there a prohibition on building on the town common, or you have to go through Mass Historical or something for
But-
that?
What Ellen Story told me when she was our rep was that, yes, you have to go to the legislature to get approval to expand onto a town common. But she said the legislature is more than glad to let towns do whatever they vote. And I think it's reckless to just
Yeah.
we're working right now with a lot of money to put the guide board back, keep it historic, keep it pretty.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I've said enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
agree though.
yeah, I would add to this discussion that, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, my God. the cost of renovation would be quite high. As I said, $100,000. This is just a ballpark estimate that the buildings committee came up with. One point I think that we should think about is that if we had a historical district here, we would be eligible for certain funds. As it is, we don't have a historic district. So there are certain funds that we cannot access as a result. At least that was my understanding. And of course, we know that there are challenges to establishing such a district here. But it's something that, I don't know, maybe could open up to discussion. Leslie, you have the most experience on this.
And my experience was we could do individual buildings, municipal owned buildings quite not easily. It's a lot of paperwork, and John Shershin was the one who did it for the schoolhouse, South Schoolhouse, and he put a lot of energy into it for a serious community. The problem with the district is the one that Mass Historical proposed was a giant district. It ran from, I think, Pelham Hill Road all the way up over the hill, down the other side, and out Wendell Road as far as maybe number 91. And there were so many private property owners that would have been affected by it that wanted no part of it when we had a public meeting about it. But yes, to do the paperwork, and I don't know what it is. I don't know how extensive it is, but you could do that for the library. I'm not aware of how much funds you'd get. I've always been leery of going after grant funds because usually they set up requirements that make it more difficult. And in this case, it could be the historic preservation. What we learned through the guide board was we had a very conscientious individual who beautifully restored our guide board for under $5,000 a few years back. And now we're spending closer to 20 because we're doing it, getting proper historical care on something that probably doesn't have very much historical materials left in it. So I don't know. My experience always has been, that's my personal experience, is that you get stuck either way if you try for a grant, and it's just not worth the effort.
Well, it might be worth it. I'll look into it.
Yeah, you could. I'm not going to
revisit that. But this one other item under this heading, this particular committee, the reuse committee, is put in a grant proposal with the CPC. That's the Community Preservation Commission, which handles, pretty large sums of money for historical preservation. The proposal was to renovate the entrance, the front entrance to the old library. Because it's sinking, the stairs, everything is sinking. I believe there's a stone structure out there. And so, the cost is, could be upwards of $80,000.
Just for the entryway.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yes. We don't have, it was, how should we say, it was waylaid for another time because it didn't have a very detailed account of the costs. And it could be anywhere from $50,000 to $80,000. And also, they don't have a partner for matching funds. I asked them, well, how much are we talking about in terms of making a difference here? And they said 10%. That's $8,000. We don't have that kind of money.
And besides that, it's still a building that's it's this library trustees who maintain it, and I imagine that they're up to their neck in expense right now, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know my former husband, Andy Nazar, when he first moved to Shutesbury, was asked to voluntarily work on it. And he's a very good carpenter, and he tried, and that it was just a challenge. It's not going to be an easy project.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I will be the devil's advocate, and I will say that there comes a point when this may be more expensive to do all these things than to just, and I say just because I don't know how that would happen, but I know they moved a lot of houses in Quabbin and took them apart and saved, put them together somewhere else. The library made that decision to abandon the library when they started pushing for a newer, bigger one at a different location, and that's their building, and that's what they chose.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So I made it abundantly clear that we wouldn't be able to put up that kind of money. And that, it would be it really requires another partner to do so. So that was postponed and was not approved as
Okay.
of this round of CPC funding.
I appreciate hearing that aspect. I didn't hear that at the meeting, that the steps alone could cost that kind of money.
Yeah.
But I believe it.
Okay. Any other thoughts on it?
Well, what I'm hearing is that, I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds like we're considering mostly based on practical reasons, but isn't this an integral part of our common, of our center of town, this building, something that is part of our historical, that has historical value? Or I mean,
You're
is that,
absolutely right.
Mhm. I think so. I mean,
so,
there are photographs of it from 1890.
No, it was built in 1903.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they had some shelves, I think in that 1961 booklet, and maybe previous ones too, that it showed some shelves standing out behind the 1829 town hall that was a first library, but it was enclosed shelves. But this Spear building was built in 1903.
Okay.
But that's still old, and it's a
Yeah.
lovely, lovely building, and it broke my heart when sometimes we just rush into things without giving it time for a neighbor to want to sell some land. I still think we could put a tight tank in the ground. How we ever get the source of water to flush a toilet, we could use the well on the town
Well,
common, and that would do it.
Mm.
well,
Except
Bob Groves, my partner, did a whole research on the water and septic system for the library, but he was not asked to speak to the reuse committee.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
And how is that? I mean,
Well,
Since he does rehab, restoration work and all too.
yeah, exactly.
the
Yeah.
historical commission would be interested in seeing it if he's willing to share it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it up at the next meeting. I believe we're meeting.
So we're talking about Bob Groves.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
Okay. All right, just
And I'm thinking maybe I can bring it up, or at least contact the chair about it.
I don't think he has a written report, but he did a
Oh.
lot of research on that subject
Oh,
before the vote on the new library.
Well, we've been trying to.
With a look towards putting a
Yeah.
toilet that not a
Really?
composting. Yeah.
Well,
For
this
all the
is
problems, one of the things
Yeah.
that they said why we need a new library because there's no running water, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, really. Well, yeah, one of the stumbling blocks is that we're trying to find information about what's beneath the ground there and what are the possibilities.
he did a lot of research is all I know.
Oh.
And I don't know what it was, but he
Well,
was not.
I'll contact Bob. I'll get a hold of her.
Okay.
See if he's got any. It'd be great to have that information.
Mhm.
I agree.
Leslie, I was also thinking that if they let the police get in there, then the next thing they might say is that it's after, moving in, is that it's dangerous to come out on
Yeah.
on that road, so they need to make a new entrance from the back towards the church.
Exactly. Good point.
It's
Well, historically, there was a road that went from Cooleyville Road, where the driveway and parking is now, straight through to beside the church and around.
I'm just saying that they might use. I mean, they might. I don't know if that would be they could make a point there that they could build a different road or different entrance.
Yep.
It seems like we did all that renovation on that, like you said, on the signpost, which was falling apart and hardly has anything left. Why aren't we defending the library the same way? I mean, isn't that the historical commission's?
I think we spent
Hey.
all our money on the guide board, and truthfully, the trustees are. If you look up the meaning of trustees, they are responsible for that building, and the town probably is just assuming that it'll be passed to them.
Yeah, that
But
was my
shouldn't we
assumption.
shouldn't we be, I mean, advocating for preserving it? Even, I mean, we don't have the money. We're not the ones who are going to do it, but somebody needs to do it. The town has to take responsibility for it somehow, no?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, but Leslie, the trustee by trustees you mean the extent of the people who are actually.
That building was given to the library trustees to oversee.
Right. And-
I don't have the statute in front of me, but if you look
yeah,
up in municipal law, trustees are responsible for that building.
and those same trustees now oversee the new library, correct?
Right. Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And
So this,
that's what I'm saying. It's probably just semantics, and they would gladly give it to the town, but I'm not sure that we want them to quite yet, because
well, this
if
is
the least expensive thing is to do nothing at the moment, and
yep.
it could be just the branch library for
Yep.
no expense until someone pulls together money or something.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, the discussion at this reuse committee, what they were concerned about is that it has to be used for insurance purposes. The insurance says you have to use the building, otherwise there's a problem.
It's a branch library in my mind.
There you go.
Good idea.
But so the discussion somehow went in the direction of, well, if it's going to get used, it'll need a bathroom, and it'll need
I said,
this and that, and the septic may be, a question of the septic there.
But it could have a bathroom. That's what I understand from
Yeah.
Bob. Is it
Yeah.
could have a bathroom, but that was not ever put on the table because they didn't want a bathroom, because that was one of the arguments for the new library.
Oh,
That's just putting it straight here.
wow. Wow.
Well, certainly size is a matter too. That is a
Well-
really small building for a library.
Hmm.
Well, considering how many books there are in the new library, I think it would be big enough.
Mhm.
Books seem to be beside the point.
but anyway,
Yeah.
that gets above and beyond it. And
Yeah. So
there are less expensive ways to put on a bathroom. I don't know about those front steps. That's something that could be a challenge. And
yeah.
I don't know what the capital plan committee and finance committee, that's why I brought that up at the meeting too, Henry, was because really it's nice to have the ideal. Bert's ideal is perfect, but the library sunk all of their money into a new one, and the historical commission has more responsibilities than just the Spear building.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I find it somewhat confusing that the trustees have never been brought up in any discussion that I've been in about the library. The
Yeah,
trustees never brought up.
no, nope. And I don't think anything formal has been done, and maybe nobody cares. I think it was probably someone with a lot of building experience that mentioned that about insurance. And I don't know if my concept that it's a branch library would hold water. It should. We can put
It could.
books in there.
Yes.
And libraries are known for having meeting spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that may have circulated as an idea.
Yeah.
Just leaving a few books in there and it becomes
A branch library.
an annex.
I used the word annex, but I have a feeling branch library. I know when they moved, the town municipal government moved over here, they had to call the 1829 building the town hall annex. And I
Mhm.
don't know, I like branch library better.
Okay. So do you suppose I should bring up the question of the trustees here? Nobody seems to want to talk about them.
Yeah,
I think you
but
should.
I'm sure they've given it up, and I'm sure that they would gladly say, take a formal vote and say, we're done with that building. You can have.
We're done.
Yeah. But I wouldn't want them to until we knew for certain that we had another viable use, because in the meantime,
Yeah.
I would hope, I don't know, but I would hope if there's a few books on the shelves and people just used it for meetings with the trustees' permission, then it could be a branch library.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Anyway.
It's semantic.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I could comment some more, but we'll keep it there.
I think the library reuse committee got roped into finding a place for the police department as part of their
Yeah.
task. And really, I don't think that that was the task of the library reuse committee. I don't know the charge. I don't have it in front of me, but I don't think it was find a use for the library and a place for the police department.
Mm.
Well, no, I think if I may, just to give you a sense of at least what I understand the way things developed. They were primarily interested in knowing from any branch of town government as to their space needs. That was the first survey that went out, and they got responses. So the police were the only ones that really were identifiably needing a space, and they thought, yeah. So that's why I think it was there, but it did tend to frame the discussion. So, if that's the problem, it's not about the library. It's about it's about the police and how much it would cost and this and that. But I think they are mindful of the fact that that space could remain as is, and for the same amount of money they could fit them into the town hall. Yeah. Refurbishing that space of the old library is indeed considered to be an equivalent, cost wise of bringing the police into the town hall. At least that was what the recommendations so far have been.
Bringing the police into the town, what?
Town hall. In other words, they would occupy the basement.
Oh,
They would subdivide the interior. It would mean redesigning the interior, moving things around to accommodate them, and they would have parking, which they already do have. So that option is also open. Yeah.
I think there's other options too that haven't been thought of.
Yeah.
I'm not certain, but I do think that there are other options for a police department. If the expense of refurbishing the library, the Spear Library, can be put off, then the town should think what is right for the police department, not how can we use the Spear building and do two things at once?
Mm.
I agree.
Yeah, what about behind the fire department, that flat area there?
Yeah, but are you saying maybe a whole new building, right?
I'm not saying that
No.
necessarily, and
Yeah.
I think that putting the police department downstairs is the only use of town hall.
Yeah.
I know of other town halls where the police department is out front and there's a sign that says town offices in back. And I think it would be a lot less expensive and more functional. It would require all of us upstairs to move, but I think if they need different space because statute requires it, maybe we have to look at a different way of reconfiguring town hall, because the way I've heard, the expense of trying to reconfigure town hall lower level with all those windows to make it a police department, I think maybe they could just use the front half of the upstairs here and
Yeah, right.
much better off and save a lot of expense on everybody's part.
Yeah.
But that would require all of us to move downstairs or move into the police department. And dare I say it, I think that since the select board right now uses that meeting room, why not put the town administrator and the assistant town administrator down there in a little office for a lot less expense than the reconfiguration that they're proposing for downstairs to accommodate a police department?
Well, that idea never was floated at all.
No, because
Yeah.
that's not the Spear Reuse Committee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah. It's turned into that. It's just tunneled into that.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, these are all good ideas. Let me see if I can bring them up. These people, I mean,
Well, I mean, the big
yeah.
question is, how is this turned into where to put the police department? That seems to be the issue with this committee more than the library.
And how did it become the Historical Commission's responsibility to fund restoring the Spear Library?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the entrance there?
Mm.
But well, no, it's just not a practical proposition. I mean,
I'm grateful to you, Henry, for saying that.
Leslie, the building where you keep the all the historical
Yeah.
records now,
Mm-hmm.
is that building being used for anything else?
It has our town vault in it where all of our historic records for the town clerk are. It is a storage area. The problem to try and use that building is also water. You'd have to bring it in from under a road. It's a postage stamp space, and there is absolutely no extra space. It's basically the footprint of the building for parking. You have the same issues you got at the Spear, only worse in many ways. Septic and water, no septic and water there.
And handicapped accessibility too.
Exactly. And the library the Spear building already has accessibility, at
I
least.
mean, well, I wasn't saying to use it for the police department.
Oh,
I was saying that's the building that is now used to keep the historical records.
yeah.
But I mean, why hasn't?
It's
I mean, that building has to be maintained, right? And it's maintained by the town.
yes, these are all challenges that building has not overcome yet. When this building opened up because of the new elementary school at West Pelham Road, the town offices came over here because most people were working out of their homes, because that building, basically a meeting room with two tiny little offices and plumbing that when there was an oil embargo in the 70s and the town turned off the heat, but we neglected to remember to drain the plumbing, and the well on town common fed it. Now the church is using that well, and they report to the library reuse committee that it goes dry it's shallow. Somebody said it has PFAS, so it's not useful water. so there is still a pipe under the road for that is not being used. It got blocked by the church with the select board permission in the 80s, so the church could do some repairs. They're using it. It goes dry for them. So we still have, so I think the library reuse committees presented at the meeting the other night that they're not looking at that as a source of water.
Mm.
And so that building is, well, first we have the West Schoolhouse, which there's no use for that we can come up with. Then we had the 1829 building, and now we've got the Spear.
Yeah. Could the Spear serve as a repository for the archives?
That's what I was wondering, but I mean, where you are using that other building now, it seems like then it would be the reason I was wondering if that other building had other uses or if they had other plans for it was because then we could maybe suggest moving the archives over to the Spear Library. But it seems like we have two buildings here that nobody's sure what to do with.
Right.
Hmm.
And the 1829 building, in that it already is the repository for the only vault we have in our town. And all of our things are over there, including donations of photos and maps and things on the walls. It doesn't really make sense in my mind. If someone else wants to do it, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
Fine.
no, I'm just asking. I mean, it
Yeah.
seems, I guess the vault is a big stumbling block. The vault is big, right? It's quite a huge.
Yeah. Oh, it was made to specifications back in 1931, but
Yeah, there you go.
the town does really have a lot of pressing needs besides just everywhere.
Yeah.
The library was a nice thing, and they got a grant, but other things went on hold.
Mm. Yeah. Well, on that note, I think we can adjourn. It's 8 o'clock,
Oof.
unless there's any unanticipated business.
Nope.
No,
Hearing none.
no business.
Hearing none. I move to adjourn tonight's meeting, and do I hear a second?
I second it.
All right, Catherine. So going around, Zivonka.
Yes, I.
Got it. Fernandez.
I
Geddes, I. Powers.
Aye.
And Stone.
I
Okay, time is 8 o'clock.
close enough.
Actually, it's 8:01, but I don't think it's make any
Yeah,
difference.
I'll leave it at 8.
All right, thanks all.
All right, thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
Next time, when do we meet next? I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Or is it, we've adjourned, but should I poll you and see what,
Yeah,
I'm
why don't
thinking
you do that?
a month from now, I'll give you a date. Check and
Okay.
see what's
Okay.
available. Okay,
Good.
All
Good.
right,
right.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Where's the date?
No, I'm gonna poll everybody about it. I'll give you a buzz. I'll give you a call. And let's just to let you know when it is.
Okay.